Always a nice day to have Arik Armstead on the show, 11-year NFL vet, Jags defensive tackle, 2024 Walter Payton Man of the Year. I'm having my first sip of coffee after not sleeping for 2 nights with all this football stuff going on. And I don't even need the coffee right now because you've had such an amazing season. It is so great to see you. Highest sack total since 2021, AFC South title. You turned this team around, 4 wins, 13 this year. Now that you've gotten a chance to maybe have a cup of coffee and think about what this season was, what stands out most?
Definitely was a special season. Well, first, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, definitely was a special season. Especially looking at how last year went and how far we came, and new coaches, whole new staff, a lot of new players as well too. The thing I'm going to remember the most is all the ups and downs and how we stayed resilient as a bunch. There was plenty of times during the season we could have folded, especially after that Houston loss and how that went, and to go on a winning streak after that game. Really proud of the group, really proud of all the guys. That we put in so much effort since OTAs, and really excited about the future as well too. And it's just getting started.
Great perspective, as always. It's why you are you. And now we got to talk some ball here, because I imagine you caught some of that Niners-Seahawks game all season long, Arik. The debates, who has the best defense in the NFL? Is it Texans? Is it Seahawks? Obviously, Broncos put in there as well. Did Seattle sort of put the debate of anybody at a bar arguing over this to bed?
Definitely was a dominant performance. And, when you look at Seattle's defense, they have playmakers on all 3 levels. Up front, they've been getting after it, multiple Pro Bowlers. Big Cat, Leo's been going crazy this year. Backers, Ernest Jones having a crazy year. And then in the back end, they got like 5 or 6 DBs back there making plays too, it seems like. And so they're a very fast defense. I think that's the thing that jumps off of tape watching them, is the defensive overall speed. And they definitely have a great bunch. And, we saw them earlier in the year. We played them, and they got after us as well, too. So, it definitely was a dominant performance. One I didn't love to see. Got a lot of friends and people, I still love on the Niners. And so
yes.
Definitely was a tough game to watch for sure.
Tough. The DBs, I love that you're giving them love and they're crushing it. And then there's Sam, and Sam's somebody that you faced this year, right? You sacked him.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in week 6. He's got this big game thing that he's trying to slay, and he has in a lot of ways already this season. What stands out about this 2025 Sam Darnold to you when you played him?
Well, I think they're, when you look at that Seattle team, they're just made for playoff football. You need to play defense, you need to run the football, and you need not to turn the football over. And that's what Sam has been doing. He's been running that offense efficiently all season long, whether that's, 12, 13 personnel sets and running the football, and then play action off of it and deep shots to JSN. Sam has been executing, and, there was a reason why he was, a top pick in the draft. He always had the talent, and, he's found a great situation for him in Minnesota. And then, he comes to Seattle, and everyone is like, was that a 1-year wonder? Or is he going to be able to do it again? And he's shown and proven that, this is who he is. And he's one of the, top quarterbacks in the NFL. So I was a teammate of his, really proud to see his progression. When he was a backup to Purdy, when we were on the Niners together, we all felt like, man, if something happened to Purdy, we'd be very, still in a very good situation having Sam as our quarterback. And
right.
So it's been great to see.
The heartbreak I have for the Niners is like, I'm here, like, I'm heartbroken for Chicago, I'm heartbroken for the Bills, I'm heartbroken for everyone. Like, how much more can they do this? They got to get everyone healthy. That's always the story. They got to maybe add a couple pieces on defense. Like, they got to get back to health. Like, that's all it's going to take. And then it ends like this. And weirdly, the people I know you mentioned you talk to people, like your friends, and you're still connected there and you feel for them. I got this year more of like it wasn't our year, like almost like a not heartbroken vibe from them, which I don't know if that's just like protecting yourself or if that just more like, I don't know what that is, but then like how much, like what do they need? What needs to, we got, like the Bills fired coach Sean McDermott today, just to, if anything, to maybe just like grasp at a change. Like what is it going to take? Just like a healthy year? That's like the worst answer ever, Arik. Like I hate that that's true.
Well, the reality, and fans might not want to hear this, but the reality of the NFL and being in this profession is sometimes it might just not happen.
Yeah.
Things don't go your way all the time, and only one team can win a Super Bowl. And I've had, some conversations about this as well too of, what would you take? Would you take a team that, won a Super Bowl, but they were terrible for 10 years and, they had one great season, won a Super Bowl? Or would you take a team that you can cheer for year in and year out, always competing at the highest level, putting on a great product out there on the field, but just didn't go their way? I'm not a fan. So
the first one. There's not, this isn't an argument for me. No.
One Super Bowl.
Yes.
And
because then you get to watch the Bengals go from where they were to where they could have been in that Super Bowl against the Rams a couple of years ago. Then you get to fly from LA after not sleeping, take a red eye to Chicago because you're from here. And you want to see what that's like, that you have one more win in you potentially to go farther. I want a ring. Do you know how? No, I don't want to be it. Like, no, that's like, absolutely. The second one is like, then you're the Steelers. And I don't think I don't want to be that. Because the expectation is there. So you have all the pressure in the world of that. You're not getting great draft picks, because you got like maybe some like consistency, good culture, great coach, and you're always picking at the end. There's no way to make it to the top. Like that's such a funny perspective to even. I'm sure people. I might be wrong about this because I'm not like some 20-year marriage that's like going okay. Like I want it.
Yeah, I think that's something as a fan that people have to maybe realize about the fan experience of supporting a team and living and dying by it and, showing up each and every year and all that they invest and all the great moments that they have. And, obviously the Super Bowl is the goal, but man, I don't know what fans would rather have because, you look at a team like us in the Niners, but a Super Bowl and you got 15 terrible years of not being able to brag to your friends.
But it's not that they're not fans. Look at Niners. Niners know what it's like to win rings. They have a handful of them. Know so the expectation is there, and they have all the talent in the world. Like they want. I'm not saying that they should be criticized for not getting there. I just hate that hasn't happened because I think a lot has to do with health, and I think that's sure. Like such a not fun reason for that to be a thing. I mean, fans are not reasonable. We know this, right? Like that's not that's not the argument I'm trying to make. But yeah, like I want, but I will say, I hope that you're not misunderstanding what I mean, and that I see, and I understand that being consistent is the most impressive thing you can pull off in this league.
Yeah.
Whether it's wins, whether it's personal goals, whether it's whatever it is, like if you can do what you're doing, consistency, Frank Gore vibes like that, year in, year out, I'm for you. Like, I know that that's the hardest thing to accomplish, but I think if you were to ask, I can't believe asking a player, you wouldn't take 10, you've been in the league 10 years, 10 okay years for that one Super Bowl. You'd rather be on a team that's like one and done wild card weekend every year?
We weren't one and done wild card weekend is kind of, that would be pretty depressing. But consistently making runs, having at bats, being in those situations, there's heartbreak, but there's heartbreak for everyone. And so I actually don't know. I don't know what I would take. Would I want to be on a terrible team and depressed my entire career and win one Super Bowl 1 year and have one great year, I honestly don't know what I would take, because that would be being depressed and bad. Ooh, because I've been on a 2-14 team.
Yes, that's
and that's you're miserable. You are miserable for an extremely long time. And so to be miserable for say take my career, say I play 15 years, which is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So 14 years of being 2-14 and winning one Super Bowl, that would be a tough pill to swallow.
Great. This is not where I expected this conversation to go, but I love it. And I love that we just got your entire plan for the rest of your life. You're going to play you're going to play 4 more seasons. Love to hear that.
Not putting a cap on it.
And you're turning around a team. Like, you know what it feels like to turn around a team. There's no better thing as like when it starts all working and like people start changing the lights and buildings downtown to like the colors of the team you play for. Like, there's just nothing better than that, I want to ask you about the Broncos because there's a lot of belief that this team's the underdog at home all the time. They lose Bo, and all of a sudden everybody's like, they can do it. They can do it. Like, they can still do it. Can this team win a Super Bowl? Sit on someone who you have faced.
The Broncos, man, they have a really good team. I think everyone had the same kind of reaction, learning that, Bo got hurt, and it was like, dang, and that's what we're talking about. That's the nature of football. The highs and the lows, the uncontrollables, you reach the top and then you get knocked back down. And so I don't know. I think the jury is out. I think that one thing I will say about the Broncos offense is that although Bo has a great skill set, I do think their style of offense, a backup or, in this situation, Jarrett Stidham can come in and execute at a certain level. Their offense isn't, Superman hero football at the quarterback position. You need a guy to make all these crazy plays. They like to screen, run, short passes, move the pocket. And so I do think a guy with preparation can come in and, run that offense. And, they still have that amazing defense that has been playing outstanding. So I do think it is a possibility.
We appreciate that. We appreciate the insight on that. You did face him. I was curious what you might have remembered. Love talking to you. Will I see you at Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Okay, I'll see you at Honors, hopefully.
Yep, be there on Honors as well.
Maybe Radio Row. Arik Armstead, always a pleasure. Thank you for your insight and for being like one of the best guys in the league always.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.